So we have 2 days. Actually, probably even a little bit less than 2 days at this point. Unfortunately, these East Coast swells, these hurricane swells, tend to be a little bit unpredictable, and this storm is moving, I think, faster than most people thought. So the window of opportunity seems to be shrinking with every hour here, but hopefully tomorrow morning we get a good morning of some pretty awesome conditions, and it should be filling in a little bit this afternoon. So it's pretty small, definitely a little bit smaller than expected, but at the same time, you know, this swell direction that we have in the water doesn't really do too well at this break here. So I'm going to go check a few other places more than likely. There have been some weird things going on around here this summer though, guys. I'm sure for a lot of people who live by the coast, they can probably relate to this, but lots of restrictions where, like, you know, beaches that I used to go to my whole life growing up here that I was able to surf at, places that I learned how to surf at years and years ago, I'm not allowed to go to those breaks anymore, partially because I'm not a resident of Rhode Island. I'm a resident of South Dakota, technically. So I've had a lot of trouble, like, going to one of my favorite beaches. Even at 5 o'clock in the morning, I showed up one morning super early, and there were like 10 cars in the parking lot, and they turned me away. They didn't actually let me go to that beach. And so it's been kind of annoying, but I do think that some of these restrictions are getting lifted now that the summer is over. It's kind of getting cool out. Not too many people are really going to the beach at this point because the weather is cooling off. So fingers crossed we can get over there and get in the water. How's it going?
Have a good surf sesh.
Thanks. So the good news is, got in without any problems here. This will be the first time I've been here in at least a couple of months. The bad news is the surf doesn't really look that much better here, but we're going to drive around. I'm actually waiting for one of my friends to stop by, and then we're going to meet up and kind of try to find somewhere else to go. Maybe paddle out here. We'll see. That's just kind of part of being on the East Coast though, guys. You just kind of got to take what you get and make the most of it. Pretty fun, definitely starting to build a little bit. We'll see how it looks in the morning though. I think it's only going to get better from here. So that was pretty fun. You know, it definitely, like I said, wasn't as big as we were expecting, but, you know, at the same time, it was definitely a hurricane swell, long period ground swell, and it was pretty awesome. And somehow, you know, miraculously, we have more surf on tap starting tomorrow. There's another swell coming in, and it's going to be probably bigger and definitely better than the one that we had a couple days ago. So looking forward to it. I'm feeling really grateful for this time right now, guys. You know, this is the best time of year around here, and it's been nice to be able to catch up with family and also friends. A couple of my high school friends I was able to surf with a couple days ago, and we'll probably be able to surf with them again at some point over the next couple of days. So it's been nice to catch up with people. And you know, Shannon was on the beach doing a lot of that video. She took a lot of that footage that you guys just saw, and I'm grateful that she was able to do that, and she did a really awesome job. So maybe she'll be able to get a few more clips as well over the next couple of days. And I know that this is kind of a surfy vlog. There's a lot of surf stuff going on here, and I know I'm sorry for that. I know a lot of you guys don't really watch this channel for the beach footage and the surf footage and stuff, but like I said, this is kind of a special time of the year for us. You know, we're getting a lot of really awesome swell, and it's kind of what's going on in my life right now. And beside that, you know, we are kind of, we're kind of in limbo, like the title of this video says. You know, we're kind of in a weird spot right now where we're waiting for my sister's wedding, which is in a couple of weeks, and we're kind of at the same time ready for the changes that are coming and ready to move on. And there are definitely some changes coming. I'm not going to go into too much detail just yet, but let's just say we're looking at our next vehicle. We're looking at what we're going to try to convert into our next home, and we have a space that we're going to more than likely be able to do that this winter, probably in the south. So definitely some exciting things, guys. We're really starting to get excited, but at the same time, you know, we're kind of in a spot where a few things are still up in the air. We don't really know exactly how everything's going to play out, so we're kind of just like in this weird limbo area while we wait for things to unfold. And obviously, like I said, wait for my sister's wedding and everything like that before we can move on and start heading towards the south. It is definitely a pretty weird feeling, though, and I think a lot of folks can probably relate to this just over the last few months, where everything's kind of been up in the air for a lot of people and don't really know what's next. You know, maybe aren't working or something like that because of the pandemic or whatever it is. Their lives have been affected in some way, and that has definitely been the case for Shannon and I. And you know, since we've been basically out in the desert, when we were boondocking out there, just kind of quarantining 2 weeks at a time here, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks to the next place, like it was just this ongoing process where we didn't really know what the future would hold. And now we have a little bit more of an idea of what that future will hold, but like I said, things are still kind of up in the air, and it's just a weird feeling. You know, it's similar to what I was talking about earlier, though, with the beaches and all the regulations and the restrictions that are now in place. I think more than likely in part due to the virus and the pandemic and everything like that, and it just kind of changed how everything used to be. And it's you know, it kind of makes you feel a little bummed out, I guess. You know, it definitely kind of makes you feel like you don't really have control over your life. At least that's how it's been for me. And in addition to that, just, you know, like I said, just not really knowing exactly what our next steps are kind of puts you in that position as well. And it'll be nice to get a better idea of what our future is going to look like. And I think that's going to start to change over the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to you know, to whatever that future brings. You know, we don't know for sure what like our next vehicle is going to be, what our next rig is going to be, if we're going to build a tiny house maybe. There's a lot of different things that are at play here, and you know, just I'm excited. I'm ready for them to play out, and I'm ready to start making some changes here, because like I said, for the last few months, you know, we've just kind of been stuck. We've just been going with the flow and hoping for the best kind of thing, and you know, I guess that gets old after a while. I hate surfing with this thing, but I'll do it for you guys. Swell is already starting to fill in pretty well this morning. Definitely was a little bit of fun, and planning to go out again this afternoon. Probably surf all day tomorrow as well. Should be a fun couple of days. After that, guys, we are planning to head north. More than likely going to be going towards Vermont, spending a little bit of time up there, and then obviously getting ready for my sister's wedding, like I said earlier in this video. should be a fun couple of weeks. Definitely busy. I'm already exhausted from the surf today, but also looking forward to the next couple of sessions. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to y'all in the next one.